Hi, this is Mike with Mag Plumbing. Today we are going to be rebuilding parts inside of this toilet. We are going to do a fill valve replacement with Fluid Master products, and we're going to do a flapper replacement. Okay, and as you can see with this toilet, the flapper has a continuous leak causing the water level to drop. And when that water level drops, the fill valve float drops, causing it to turn on. Once the water level rises, it stops. And you can hear the water is just continuing to run in through this toilet. So what's happening is there's a lot of water waste happening, causing your water bill to spike. Now let's get to fixing. First thing we're gonna wanna do is we're gonna wanna locate the shut-off valve for the toilet and turn it off. And immediately the water turns off to the toilet, and then we flush. Hold it open until all the water leaves the toilet, and then we're left with just a little bit. We're gonna get that with a shop vac. And here we are removing the chain from the flapper. Remove the flapper off the shanks, and you can see all the buildup on the bottom. Here we're going to use the Fluid Master adjustable flapper, and I'm going to show you, there's some information on the back on how to adjust this. It goes for multiple toilets by gallon per flush. That's what GPF stands for. Now let's see what GPF this toilet has. As you can see right here, written right above where the water line should be, it says 1.28 GPF. And for this particular toilet, it's a 3-inch adjustable Fluid Master that we would need. And then on the back, it shows you a list of brand of toilet and then what we have. So right now we are working on a Gerber Avalanche, and that's going to be setting number 6. Okay, and here you can see the numbers 0 through 10. We're going to number 6 for the Avalanche. And all we do is we pull this, and then you can move it. If you try to move it like that, it will not move. You have to pull on this clear part and push it in place. Once it's pushed in place, you take these hooks, put them on the shanks. Be careful you don't break the shanks. Thing we want to do is remove this guy. And everything they have is black trim, so you want to be very careful when using a wrench. Get something with smooth jaws. Some of these you don't even need a wrench, and you can just undo it by hand. Okay? Now the next thing is removing the fill valve. There is a nut right here, fill valve in place. Sometimes some water will come out. That's it. And we're going to get our fill valve out. Comes with the fill valve and this bag that has the new nut, and this, which I'll show you what it does later, and the tube, which is cuttable. Sometimes this trick works where if you make the old one the same size as the new one, by pulling this up, we can extend and close this, and it can also spin close. But if we try to get it as close to the size of this one as we can, then we're going to be a lot better, in a lot better situation when it comes to setting it up inside the tank. Always, always push this collar down tight. If you do not, the top of this will blow off and water will flood your house. Okay, so let's take the fill valve with the red rubber on it and set it right in there. Take the nut, put the nut in. And you don't want to get this super tight just yet, and I'm going to show you why. Up at the top here, you can see this little nipple sticking out. This is going to connect to that rubber hose and go into here. You want to make sure that that is aiming in this direction and not towards the wall. So now that I know that that's aiming in the right direction, I can go ahead and tighten the nut. While I'm doing this, I'm pushing down on the fill valve. Not extremely hard, but just hard enough to get it nice and snug. Now up here is where we install these two components. This component here, you can see, you just push these together. That's all it is. And now it's connected. On some toilets, they don't have this little hole, and then you would need to stick this on, just like that. But in this situation, I do have the hole, and I'm going to use the hole. So what I'll do is put this in the nipple, which you can see is right there, and I have a good connection. It's the whole way on. Now the next thing is to stick this into the hole. Be very careful with these. They can snap relatively easy. So just get it on nice and snug while being gentle. We turn the valve back on, check for leaks. Looks like nothing immediate. If this is leaking, you'll see water here. If this is leaking, obviously you would see it leaking or spraying water through here. And here we got a good flush. Everything is set up perfectly. You can see we're gonna go just a little bit above the water line. I like it to be a little closer to the top of that, about ½ an inch or so. And you're in good shape.